Drug war victims have started organizing themselves for the confirmation trials against former President Rodrigo Duterte come September. We have our Mon Gualvez reporting to us live from The Hague. Hi, Mon. What update can you give us from over there?
Sean, in response to the International Criminal Court Chamber's order, the registry has submitted its observations on the participation of victims on the crimes against humanity case against former President Rodrigo Duterte. The report included its recommendations on how participants of the trial should be chosen.
Many victims and families affected by the Duterte administration's war on drugs have already expressed intent to cooperate in the International Criminal Court trial. In fact, some of them are already here in The Hague, Netherlands.
Gusto po na mag-participate ng mga biktima ng war on drugs. At kung kakailanganin po, pwede po sila at gusto po nilang mag-testify.
In the registry's proposed application process for the victims, it recommended the typical A, B, C groupings for ICC trials. Group A will have those who were clear victims and are automatically qualified to participate in the trial. Group B are those who do not qualify, while Group C would be those that need more assessment.
The purpose is just to organize the framework on how are we going to kind of prepare for the victims to be able to present their applications to the judges in order to seek the possibility of to participate.
The Victims Participation and Registration Section, or VPRS, reveals these recommendations have been developed out of consultations with victims themselves within the span of 3 years. First was in 2021 via more than 200 representation forms of more than 1,000 families and individuals. Then in 2022, where 8 represented around 300 victims. And in 2023, were there 5 victim representations. Application forms with all the required pertinent information were provided, and prosecution had to ensure these were accurately filled out. That's especially because per ICC regulations, prosecution specifies who to present to court investigations. Participants can either be victims or witnesses, or both. In fact, in ICC practice, it's actually uncommon for victims to serve as witnesses. And ICC allows legal representation for them as well as ensures there is ample security for anyone who intends to participate.
Meron naman pong facility yung ICC na makipag-ugnayan po yung any potential witnesses or any potential person na meron pong evidence. Hindi po kailangan pumunta kung meron talagang heightened security risk at kung meron naman pong online na facility. O isa po yan sa mga mga precautionary measure. Pwede rin nga na kung mag-testify ng any witness sa ICC, in-camera proceedings lang. Ibig sabihin po, hindi na po siya ipapalabas sa online at naka-blur lang yung kanyang identity.
On the part of the defense, ICC says they can file any motion before the confirmation of charges in September, even a request for the former president's interim release. The ICC admits former President Duterte is the first who was arrested and brought to The Hague from a non-member state. That's why Duterte allies warned the ICC to make sure it follows due process in handling the former Philippine president's case.
I want the ICC to continue, pero habang linalabag nila ang sarili nilang Rome Statute, at malinaw naman kung paano nalabag ang Rome Statute sa pag-aresto kay Tatay Digong at doon sa pagpapatuloy ng preliminary investigation, miski wala nang jurisdiction, sila nang gumagawa ng dahilan para sa mga makapangyarihang bansa na wag maging miyembro ng ICC.
The ICC is a court that has been created by the states parties as a permanent court. And I believe that this shows the commitment of a large community of states, actually 2/3 of the world states. It's for the judges to say what is the law. It's not through comments in media.
Ladies, just now, as you can see behind me, Hanelet Avancenia, together with her daughter Kitty, arrived here at the ICC Detention Center where they will visit the former president inside. At kani-kanina lang before we start on air or we got on air, katatapos lamang yung pagbisita naman ni Vice President Sara Duterte. Although VP Sara is not scheduled today, she was allowed to have a phone call with her father. At umabot yan ng more than 30 minutes, no? It was in English dialect or language kasi nga the phone call is being recorded with the ICC personnel at pinayagan ang mag-ama na makipag-usap sa isa't isa via phone call. At ilan sa mga points na binanggit sa atin ni VP Sara during the interview were una, she's worried because the medicines of her father from the Philippines were not allowed inside the ICC detention center. Although inassure naman sila ng medical team na nag-handle dito sa ICC detention center na they will take care of the former president. Hindi lang daw kasi sila, nasa kultura daw kasi ng mga Dutch dito na hindi sila masyadong reliant sa or nagre-rely masyado sa mga gamot, no, in this kind of conditions. Ang pangalawa na punto, sinabi din ni Vice President Sara that she is now planning to come back home dyan sa Pilipinas, and dahil tapos na raw yung inintay niyang dokumento na isumite niya na yan sa ICC. Ano itong document na to? This is actually in relation sa bubuo ng defense team ng kanilang kampo. So she did not give us any other updates with regard to who is the final attorney or lawyer that will be part of their legal team. Pero ilalabas yan possibly today or by Monday through their lead legal counsel, Attorney Nicholas Kaufman. Ang sinasabi din niya, she actually clarified that all of their, yung mga ginagastos nila dito, sarili daw nilang bulsa galing. No? She is not using any other money, especially of the governments. And she also said na hindi siya tatanggap or hindi sila tatanggap ng anumang donasyon mula sa iba't ibang tao para lamang sa kanilang mga ginagastos dito nga sa pagpunta sa The Hague as they accompany their father while here in the Netherlands habang hinaharap nga itong case sa ICC. At isa pa, talagang magkakaroon na nga daw sila ng relyebuhan, no? They will take turns. Now, naaalis si VP Sara, although hindi niya kinonfirm kung kailan specifically, may iwan si Kitty, si Veronica Kitty Duterte, and then papunta daw dito si Congressman Paolo Duterte para nga tumulong din sa pag-assist sa kanila. At isa pa sa mga nabanggit dito ni VP Sara is yung hindi daw siya umaasa ng justice sa ginagawang investigation ng Philippine government in terms or with regard to her father's arrest dito nga sa ICC sa The Hague, Netherlands. Ladies.
Ay, maraming salamat sa iyong update. That was Mon Gualvez of News 5 reporting to us live from The Hague in the Netherlands.